this other email. The other email was basically somebody who was a big Black Phillip fan, listened to the Black Phillip, and he asked me that Patrice constantly talked about options. And what did Patrice mean about options when he talks about options? Now, I can give you a story that that explains what he meant by giving a woman options. Some time ago, I had taken a girl out. We were going to a movie or something, and she was hungry, right? And we went. She said she was hungry, so I took her to her diner. And when we went to the diner, she was arguing with me. She was starting fights and arguing with me. I mean, a little insecure, whatever the situation was. And we're eating 2 cheeseburgers deluxes because I'm a gentleman. I know how to treat a lady. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I even ordered extra coleslaw. So,
you let her get your pickle too?
Yeah, I'll give my pickle up. I'm that kind of dude, you know? So,
Gentleman.
but she kept arguing with me. And ultimately, when she kept arguing with me, I said, are you still arguing with me? And I took her cheeseburger. I took it back. I said, you're not going to argue with me as I nourish you and give you strength to argue with me for more. And she was shocked. Like, oh, you're going to take my, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, okay. Well, then you're not eating my cheeseburger. I'm not paying for this. And you argue with me. And ultimately,
you're gonna fund the aggravation.
The option, because as she was arguing me, there was in no shape or, this is just what she did. She didn't have any options. So now the option was, you don't eat. You want to argue, you don't eat. And so that's what Patrice meant about options. Just that a woman says things with the confidence that she can say it and there's no repercussions to it. And you have to have. There has to be repercussions to it.
Now what happens if and when she makes a scene at the thing and starts throwing dishes and blah, blah, blah?
Well, just walk out
then you walk out the door and then she looks like an idiot.
Right.
Making a scene.
I'm just trying to figure out the outs.
Because then she limits your options to where either you get hit in the face with a dish or you look like a woman beater.
Exactly.
So you just leave the situation. The thing is, this is to set up options so that you win. You know what I'm saying?
And
you take the
thing is that women take these things for granted.
No.
I mean, even when you talked about, a lot of times, when we were talking about your relationship, a lot of times there were things that you would do, and there were things that you just weren't comfortable doing. And you said to me that your girl would be like, well, why don't you do such a, and you go,
with family, family stuff or more emotional stuff,
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not that dude.
Right.
I'm not that dude, and I'm not going to be that dude.
You have to eventually go, I've said my piece. And that's it. We've had this argument. If you want to keep going in circles, I'm not doing it. I'm tired. You're not going to fucking do this on my day off. I'm fucking tired, and that's it.
Now you see the smile on Jason's face because he's just realized that you got some pimp in you.
Well, it's very subtle. See, the thing is,
I like it when the people put their foot, when dudes put their foot down.
No, you have to, and not that I always won or always had, her under my thumb or whatever.
Right.
There are moments where I do. There's a weird confidence that I have in relationships, even though I'd venture to be on the nice side would get you fucked over a lot. But there is that point where I go, you know what, if you're not happy, then fucking go.
Exactly.
Because I'm good. I'm a good cat.
I'm good.
I'm good quality.
Exactly.
And if you feel like you can do better, then go, but I know you can't.
Know what your value is.
You see that confidence, though, I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Once you have that kind of confidence, it opens up the whole game to you. You can't lose.
And the way you have that confidence is by being a good dude.
I'm not good at throwing a woman out. I can do that. The problem is getting them and keeping them.
Well,
I can fucking show
just
you
to
the
get
door
them in.
all day long. Yeah,
just get them respect.
I can't get them to come in, but if they come in, I can throw their ass out.
Bottom line is, though, you have a good product, and that,
I do,
and that is a sellable product, and you know if she step off, fuck her, you can get another.
And you know what? And if you don't believe that you have a sellable product, you need to make that product sellable.
Yep.
Right. But going back to your point, because I think you wanted to elaborate on something.
Yeah.
About just cutting it off, or that when you're being pressured,
Right.
You were addressing that.
Right. You're being pressured because what'll happen is, I forget what rule it is. We got to get them written down, so we can just go. Okay, the one is it's anything you do for a woman more
than 3 times is no longer a favor.
It is an obligation. Right. They perceive it as an obligation.
Yeah.
So, so that is you got to understand that as you do things like you're not going to get the appreciation that you think. The more times you do it, the less it is appreciated, and ultimately it becomes a problem because now this is what you're supposed to do.
It go from a hobby to a job.
And you got to remember that you got to remind them that I don't got to do shit. I could not do. In fact, I don't have to do this relationship ever. And you got to understand. But in order to take a stand like that, you got to fix yourself. So Jason is definitely is an advanced intermediate pimp, and a lot of times you suck as a teacher. Because he wants to teach you calculus, and these motherfuckers, they don't know how to count yet.
All right, so we got to start off with arithmetic,
so exactly,
subtraction, and
Jason
addition.
Would be